Part 2 of our DIY mold remediation. Because the area was now perfectly contained, I wanted to just get right to it and go into the spot where the worst of the mold was. I used my drywall knife and a multi-tool to cut this square out, and then I started bagging each of the pieces of drywall. In a proper remediation, you should be bagging everything as you go in these heavy contractor bags to prevent it from spreading everywhere. The mold was actually so bad on the other side that it had grown completely through the drywall. Like a sponge, drywall is very porous, so over time, it's going to work its way through. Though this mold is visible and obvious, it is causing problems through means that we can't see. Mold spores and mycotoxins are things that are going to be affecting our health drastically, but we'll never lay our eyes on them. That's why it's so important that we get every last bit of this out of our house. There was so much mold on these pieces of drywall that it was actually beginning to disintegrate. So from the rotten drywall to the chamber behind the fireplace, there was tons of mold on everything. On the drywall, on the floors, there was rotten insulation, there was wood rot, a lot of things that needed to be cleaned up, including skeletons of things that got caught down there and could never get out. My goal for this first day was just to remove as much as I could, so I continued chipping away at the drywall, and once I was done with that, I got to the ceiling, which you can see is one of the worst spots in the whole room. The water ran down from the chimney into the ceiling, down the wall, on the floors, and back up the walls. The nice thing though is once you have all your PPE on and the room is contained, you can kind of work freely without being so scared of the mold and just get everything done quickly. I took out the large pieces of drywall and broke them down into smaller ones to fit in the bag. Now, I have a dumpster on site, so I did not need to double bag, but apparently you're supposed to double bag everything if you do not. Obviously, the less spreading of mold spores, the better. I didn't realize just how bad the ceiling was until I got up there and it was crumbling in my fingers. There was actually never an opening into the room above this because the ceiling was fine, but the water damage and mold over the years completely eroded this to nothing. Working with everything above my head made me appreciate my face shield all that much more because it wasn't getting in my eyes. Now look closely at the dust. You can see how it is slowly flowing away from where I'm working towards whatever's behind the camera. That is because of the air scrubber that is in the window creating negative pressure. As it blows out the window, it sucks all the air in the room in and filters out all of the bad particles. This was day 2 of the remediation. I got out a lot, but I have a lot more coming, so stay tuned.